Yo, what's up everyone? Welcome back to the third episode of Learning Tarkov alongside the Bearded Boomer. The Bearded Boomer, that's me. My name is Korax. And today, in this episode, we're going to be talking about continuing the tasks that we were already doing. And we're also going to be looking at some very basic starter guns that you can get from level 1 traders that will help you through this very early portion of the wipe. And basically just old reliable guns. That's what we'll be looking at. So without more intro, let's just get straight into it. Alright, so these are the tasks that we're currently working on. We have checking, we have shortage, gunsmith part 1, and acquaintance. Now let's take a quick little reminder what those are. Checking means that we need to find the bronze pocket watch on a chain on customs, but we're gonna have to find a key for that. More about that in just a minute. Shortage, of course, is the 3 Salewa kits that we have to find. We haven't been very lucky on those, so let's hope that we can maybe find some now. Then we have the gunsmith part 1, which is the shotgun tasks. We're not too worried about this just yet. We have some time to do that, so we're not worrying about it. We might find some of the parts that we need during the raids, and then we'll, it will just naturally happen. And then the last one is acquaintance. This is basically finding a bunch of food. Okay, so guys, to do this chicken quest from Prapar, we need to find a bronze pocket watch on a chain on customs. That's going to be in one of the trucks. I'll show you later where to find that thing. But first, we're going to need to find a key to be able to open that fuel truck. Now, there's several ways to go about this. You might have already gotten lucky before you got this quest and found it in one of the pockets of jackets that you have been looting, because jackets are always the top tier place to be if you want to find keys. If you're farming for a specific key, try to loot every jacket that you see. Now, if you haven't found the key for this quest yet, there is actually a place where this key spawns 100% of the time. So that is a pretty secure way of getting it. However, it is going to be on customs in the dorms area, so it's going to be pretty contested. It's going to be a pretty hot-headed area. So it might not be very easy to find out. Right now, I'm going to show you where the actual spawn for this customs key is. Alright, so here we are. We've arrived at dorms. Like I said, this is an offline raid, so standing out here in a real raid is probably a bad idea. But there's a couple of entrances to dorms. You can go in through the front over there. There's also this side entrance that you can enter over here. And the room we need to be in is going to be room 205. Now, make sure that you're going into 3-story dorms, because over there we have the other dorms building, which is dorms, 2-story dorms. So don't go in there. That's not where we need to be. All right, so we're on the 2nd floor right now, and we need to find room 205. This is 209 when you come straight off the staircase. And you can see over there 207. So this lovely room is going to be 205. You jump on the bed, you crouch. There's a brown jacket right here. And look at that. It is a machinery key. There we go. We pick up the machinery key. We get out of here. And then I'm going to also just use this offline raid to show you what to do next. This is the truck where we need to be. This is the one that we need to open up, and this is the one that has our bronze pocket watch in there. Now, where are we? Just take a look around and you will recognize it because you've played customs a little bit now for your first couple of missions. We're at the construction site thingy here. Not too far away. That way is Crack House. You can see it over there in the distance. And that way is actually the bridge where you come from Big Red and the garage boxes. So let's go to the truck. Let's open it up and let me show you what it looks like exactly. So you're gonna have to jump up on this little thing here and then unlock. There we go. That's you using your machinery key. Open door. And right there, that is your pocket watch. You take this, and now we get the hell out of this raid, because this is another one of those quest items that you're going to have to extract with alive. Another thing that you can do for safety is once you've picked up this machinery key, and this is probably something you should be doing the moment you pick it up in dorms, is put it in your safe container. Right now I'm in an offline raid, so it doesn't matter. I'm gonna lose this key anyway. But if you're in the real raid, just make sure that you have a space available in your safe container and put the key in there, because the reason is it doesn't matter if you die anymore or not. If you die now, too bad, but you're still gonna have the key. And it doesn't matter if this key is found in raid or not, because you only needed to open up that one door for the truck and get you your bronze pocket watch. So slide that into your butt pocket as soon as possible. And if you die, you just come back to customs. You try to get to this area. That's rude, Thunder. And you just try again. The bronze pocket watch will, of course, have gone into your quest items pouch. But remember, you need to get out alive for you to keep it and be able to give it to Prapper. And there we go. That's it. That's what you need to do to complete this quest called Checking. Now, I had originally recorded a video in which I was going to try and do what I just showed you in an actual raid, but that video went a little bit differently. It got a little bit chaotic right at the start, and that caused us to change the trajectory of what we were doing in that raid. But I think there's still a couple of interesting concepts in there and still an interesting couple of things to talk about. So I'm gonna leave that raid in to show you guys a couple of those concepts. So here we go, let's get into that raid. Go time, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so this is definitely not a bad spawn for what we want to do here, because we're gonna try and farm as many jackets as we can, because jackets have a lot of key spawns. We're gonna run into this building. We're gonna check everything in here. There's 2 jackets in here already. That's a survival lighter. Might as well take it. And then I'm actually gonna run back to the garage part here, because there's a bunch of garage... Shit, that's a scab. Ooh. Yo, these scabs need to be tuned, damn it. This might not become a good start to the video. Pop a painkiller. Let's heal our thorax. And we don't have anything, we don't have a splint for that broken arm, so that kind of sucks. That was a player that just jumped over. Oh god, what is up with this sniper scab behind me, dude? Uh-oh. We need to fix that light bleed ASAP. And here you see the benefit of having popped our painkiller, because that could have gotten really bad really quickly. Oh my god, that scav is still there, Jesus Christ. I'd love to divide your cheeks. So, yeah. This sucks because these scavs are just hella dangerous. There's 2 of them. Oh, crap. There we go. Jesus Christ, what is up with these scavs? We're gonna let him come. Mother fluffer. Alright, so that's a very sticky situation to get your raid started. Like you can see, sometimes playing as slow is definitely a good idea here. What do we got? I'm low-key kind of hoping that we can find some meds on some of these scavs, or hopefully on that player back there. Ooh. Where is this coming from? There's another scav back here? Where though? Main thing I'm hoping to find is something to fix some of these fractures, because these are going to be very annoying. We're gonna grab this man's sight. More painkillers, heavy bleed. Well, it's not bad to have. I'd love to find something that fixes fractures. Yeah, see, so this is what happens when your painkiller wears off. You start limping again. So we're gonna pop another painkiller. We're gonna try to use our stash or our inventory space like a little bit more efficient here. Just chug the water, because obviously using this many painkillers this early on will mess with your hydration. Let's try to keep healing up as well. Wait. Who killed this guy? Still not finding anything that will help us with the fractures. There's another scav. We're not going to mess with that yet. I'm gonna check the... We're gonna loot this back area here. Reason for it is that it's relatively quiet most of the time. And as I say that, we hear someone running. Popping another painkiller. Let's get rid of that. Search this med bag, hopefully nope. It's not allowed, guys. Let's see. We can swap the... Oh god. The sight on this gun is horrible. Let's see, what can we do about that? Can we take the rear sight off? Let's get rid of that thing. That should improve. I kind of want to take off the front side as well, but I don't think we can do that on this one. Nope. Alright. We're in a pretty rough spot right now, not gonna lie. Okay, let's take care of the immediate danger that we had here, which was that scav back here. He's behind the van over there. You can see his little feet moving around. They all have ADARs today, apparently. But none of them have stuff that will get rid of a fracture. Womp, womp, womp. Another jacket over here. Picking all of these up. Why? We need them for a quest later again. Although at this point it might actually start being a bad idea to do that. Oh. That's another good headset. USB. Nice. Nice. What are we doing? Oh, wait, what? Damn. These scavs got M856. That's not even bad. That probably explains why he was hurting me so hard. That first scout that was shooting at us. So, to make sure that we keep traveling a little bit lighter, I'm not gonna bring the gun with me. Let's fix ourselves up a little more as far as we can right now. Good thing we found that extra car kit. Don't you just love it when your painkillers wear off? This is actually a good show and tell as to why you should be bringing something that can fix fractures, because it can really, if you hit a fracture early on, it's gonna mess with the rest of your raid and your mobility. So basically what we're dealing with right now. There's another jacket right here that's already been looted. Too bad. It's like an army of scavs out today. And we're... oh god, we're bleeding again. So at this point, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make sure that I save this flash drive. Because if we don't get out with it, at least... oh god, they've taken both of my arms. Ooh, Santa beard. Please, something to fix fractures. Please. And we'll take some of the ammo with us as well. Fracture. Yes! This is what you call winning, ladies and gentlemen. We need all of their meds. Because we're in rough shape right now. We're still in pain, so we're popping another painkiller. Fixing ourselves up wherever we can. Oh god, it's looking rough. So the thing is, we've lost both of our arms, and now aiming is going to be an absolute peep. Oh man, and our extractions are not close at all. Let's drop our bayonet and grab a crowbar because crowbars are cooler. There's no actual reason. Well, you can sell it, so technically. Might as well take that because we've been bleeding a lot as well. Oh, what do we got? Dorms 214. Okay, so we're gonna check that building. I think it's gonna be looted already, but you never know, so might as well check. Maybe not? Now, a lot of people will not loot these filing cabinets, but I actually do, especially early on. Reason for it is there's a lot of good stuff that can spawn in here. I'm not sure, but I think I hear someone. May just be my imagination, honestly. I think that's a scav. It looks like a scav, but it might be a player scav, actually. Oh, and there's a scav over there as well. What I'm thinking of doing right now is going for the old gas extracts. We're here now, so we might as well check the secret stash we have here. No thanks. Not a fan of the Taz. At this point, I'm actually just gonna repack that mag, and then I'm just gonna move this into my my butt stash. We could bring it for now. Now, this low amount of rubles is always worth chucking out if you find something more valuable, but you know, if you have an open spot, why not? Do that. Oh, that's the wrong button. All right. Let's try to not get ourselves wrecked by the scavs up here. That would be a really sad story to die to them now. It's never impossible, though. Wontons? Just how many are there? Блять. Yo, I can't get a clear line on him. Finally. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm out of here. I don't know what that was. In a situation like earlier where we don't know who's shooting at you or what's going on, it is very important to keep moving. That way, at least you have the other person guessing where you are. Of course, sometimes you're going to get unlucky and they're going to be able to draw a visual on you and know where you are. But as long as you keep moving, you decrease the chance of them knowing exactly where you are. This has been looted. Yeah, I see you. This must have been a player scav. I've never seen an AI scav here, so I am assuming that this isn't... Oh, my. That's a lot of kit on that gun. This man's been picking up ammo. Oh. Well, no, I don't think we're gonna need that many meds. Well, actually, let's just... We still had one, so... Oof, that's good. Yeah, there's not really that much more that we're going to be able to do with this. The one round of M993 isn't that worth it. This thing's looted. And we've only got 9 minutes left, so we gotta keep moving. Yep. We're not getting anything easy today, guys. Wait, what? Uh-oh. Who just... Yo, I'm confused. Who's shooting at who here? Was there PMCs shooting at that scab on the ridge there? I have no clue what's going on. I may be a little bit too greedy looting all of this right now, but... This must... Oh my god. Yeah, with only 6 minutes left, like, this is the point where I'm gonna have to go all out to just get out. Well, this one's not open, so... My god. What a war zone we've gotten ourselves into. Wait, do I not have anything that stops bleeding anymore? Oh yes, I do. Oh my god. Woo. What is this? What is this raid even? Do we risk going for ZB13? Well, somebody open it, so maybe we could? We're gonna have to hope that somebody opened it though, because it's not because somebody turned on the power that it's actually open. It is, oh my god. Yo, this might be our luckiest raid to date. Alright, good raid. Good raid. Good stuff. Well done. So this is a nice example of what Tarkov will sometimes do to you. You go in with a plan, and then stuff happens as soon as you land into that raid, and the plan just goes out the window. So a good idea to approach your raid in Tarkov is always just think about what you want to do in the map you're going into, but then if the plan goes awry, it doesn't really matter. Just prioritize correctly, because this is a big raid. We've nearly gotten 7k EXP. We killed 10 scavs. We killed a player. I'm pretty sure some of those scavs were player scavs as well, especially like the last two. I'm pretty sure were player scavs. So yeah, at this stage in the game, this is a huge raid. You can see we've almost scored 2 levels in one go. Right now, I said in the intro of this video, let's also talk about some level 1 trader reliable guns that you can fight with early on that are actually decent and will help you along by just being good old reliable guns. Okay, so let's just imagine for a second that we're all out of guns. We do not have this M4, we don't have the MK7, we don't have any of the guns in our stash. What do we do now? Which gun are we going into the field with? There's a couple of really nice, reliable guns that you can pick up for a low budget. So let's talk about them for a little bit. Now, the first one, and this is probably going to be the workhorse of the early wipe, is going to be the SKS, the Simonov SKS, because it is a very cheap gun, only 21.8k, and it shoots 7.26 ammo, which is probably reliably one of the highest caliber rounds that you'll be able to use early on in the game. You can also just buy the ammo right here off of Prapor himself as well. Just go with some PS. It is fine early game. It does fine against pretty low armor ratings. It starts to like not do very well against higher armors like 4, 5, 6, obviously, but I mean, that just makes sense. That's not where you're going to be meeting in the early game anyway. So there's actually 2 things that you can do for the SKS. You can go for the regular version that you can buy off of Prapor, which is the brown one. And it doesn't come with any options. There's no options to put pretty much anything on there at this stage of the game. You won't be able to put a sight on there. You won't be able to do much more. It just has an internal magazine of 10 rounds, and that's it. So let's pick up one of those so I can show you guys. And now once we've unlocked Jaeger, we have another SKS option. We've done that in one of the previous episodes, which you can find the link up top there. And that will be the OP-SKS. So this is the hunting rifle version. And the thing about it is on this one, you can actually put a scope. So there we go. Let's buy one of those as well. It's a little bit more expensive. It's about 33k, which is still, of course, a very budget. Okay, so these are the 2 versions of the gun that you can use. Now, what do we do with them? If I'm gonna go on maps like, let's say, customs, basically smaller maps where fighting from a range is not all too important, I might just go with the regular SKS because I don't really need a scope on it. However, if I'm gonna do maps like, for example, Lighthouse, or I need to be on woods, or basically anywhere where you have some longer range fights, for example, also reserve if you're not going into the underground and stuff like that, it might be nice to just pick up a nice scope to put on the OP-SKS. Now, early on, you don't have that many scopes available, so I would suggest that you go for the Belomo PSO1 that you can just buy off of Prapor. It's 20k, you buy that thing, you slap it on your OP-SKS, and there you go. You have a scoped rifle. All right, now, We've got them both loaded up. So let me load into an offline raid and show you guys the difference between the two guns. Alright, so here we are again. Let me show you the difference between the two versions of the SKS rifle. We obviously have the regular version from Prapar, which looks like this. Now, I don't like the fact that there's a rear sight on this gun. You can see that little thingy that blocks off quite a lot of your sight, actually, because already the butt of the gun is already in your face, which is already blocking off kind of your vision. So what I usually do when I rock this gun is I go in here and I just take off the rear sight. There we go. And then it looks like this. You see, it's more clear, it's more open, it's more clear where you're actually shooting. So yeah, that is definitely something, that's a personal preference. I like it that way. You might say that your shots will become a little bit less accurate without having the rear sight on there, but honestly, after shooting this gun for a little while, that's gonna be pretty okay, and you don't really feel the difference all too much. Other than that, the SKS actually has a pretty decent firing rate, like you can see. So if you're up close to somebody, you're fighting close quarters combat, you're gonna be able to put 10 rounds of 7.26 down range pretty freaking quickly. Now let's take a look at our other version, the one that we put a scope on. You can see this model is blocking a lot of your screen when you're running around like this, and that's one of the reasons I am less of a fan of putting it on there. However, for some maps you're just gonna need some longer range sight. So let's take a look. This is definitely a pretty nice clear sight. It's definitely not bad. It's not super precise, but it's definitely, for its price, it's definitely a nice sight. And you can also swap this reticle around colors. Like if you're looking at darkness and you're not 100% sure, you just go pop, you see it red, and you're aiming a lot more clear. So yeah, there we go. These are the two SKS versions. This is usually going to be my #1 go-to gun. I have a couple other listed that I will show you guys in case you're not a fan of these kind of rifles. But for me, this will pretty much always be the choice. If I don't have any guns and I'm forced to buy something from the vendor, I'll probably go for these ones, and they will carry me pretty nicely. Another gun that we can go for early on, if you like the playstyle with it, is the Mosin. The Mosin is a bolt action rifle, which is the reason I'm not a huge fan of it, but it has a couple of extra benefits. And then the last option that we'll talk about is the MP-133 shotgun that you can buy from Jaeger. You guys know what shotguns do. They're close combat weapons, so these are not meant to be sniping from a long range. But they are nice guns early on anyway. You just pick one of them up. Okay, and so then for ammo choice, because here we have a little bit of an ammo choice to be made, we should probably be going for the express buckshot. Of course, if you want to shoot slugs, feel free to do so, but early on, especially with everyone running around in low armor, I would strongly suggest going for buckshot, because it will make you be able to kill people far easier. And also on top of that, if your aim is not the greatest yet, that buckshot will give you a little bit of a larger hitbox. So let's buy some of that ammo, and let's go into another offline raid to show you guys what these guns actually do. Alright, so here we are again. So let's take a little look at what we can do with the Mosin and the MP-133 shotgun. So the Mosin is a bolt action rifle, which is basically, it's a sniper rifle. So the nice thing about this is that whenever you reload this gun, whenever you kill someone with this gun, whenever you basically do things with this gun, this will help you to level up your sniper levels, because this is something that we haven't talked about, but in Escape from Tarkov, you also have this skills tab. And there's a bunch of different skills that you can train while playing the game. Some of them will be leveling automatically, like endurance and strength, just by playing, just by sprinting, just by moving around and doing things. You will be leveling some of these skills. But for example, there's also the sniper skill. Basically, playing a lot with the Mosin early will help you level up that sniper level, which is something that down the line, especially like way later in the game, way more towards the end game, there will be quests that will require you to have higher sniper levels. So that is an added benefit of using the Mosin sniper rifle early on. Now you can see, especially with low levels, the aim is a little bit wobbly when I'm ADSing, but that is basically with every gun. Now, the reason I am not the biggest fan of this gun is this. the firing rate. I mean, you're probably shooting the highest caliber that you can find at this point in the game, which, if it hits, will hurt. Hitting a shot with this gun, however, is definitely not an easy feat. It's not an easy thing to do, and it will take you a lot of getting used to before, well, consistently hitting shots with it. And then, of course, on top of that, the low firing rate makes it so you have to hit your shots, because if you miss your shot and your other person has a semi-auto or a DMR or whatever, they will screw you up relatively quickly. I'm sorry, we had a little bit of scav interference during the training session right here, but this is what shotguns do. So they do exactly what you think they should be doing. You point, you click, they hurt. Anyone that's not wearing any armor, you'll pretty easily kill. Anyone that's wearing low tier armor, you can still pretty easily kill. And then anyone that is wearing higher tier armor, you actually still have a pretty good shot at them. But what you should be doing is you should be aiming at their legs, because legs are never armored, so they are always juicy and fleshy targets. So try to shoot at legs, and the collateral damage from shooting at legs will eventually kill your enemy targets as well. But that's more of an advanced concept and something that you just keep it in the back of your mind, and it will help you out eventually. So yeah, guys, these are the guns that I would suggest using if you're low on guns, if you're not finding anything good in Raid, if you're not being able to steal some stuff from other players. These are the guns that I would suggest using. They will help you out. And then along the lines, as we level up further, I will show you how you can even put some extras on there to make them more reliable and better. But like this, at this point in the game where all of your traders are just at level 1, it's perfectly fine to just grab these stock guns and run with them, because they will serve you just fine. And there you go, everyone. That's going to be it for episode 3 of Learning Tarkov alongside the Bearded Boomer. I hope these tips are useful to you all. If you like the content, please consider liking and subscribing to the channel. We're still a very small channel, and every like, every subscribe, and every comment helps us out immensely. So that would do us, you do us a huge favor by doing that. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them down in the comments down below. I will try to answer them as well as I can. And if you have any questions and you want to come ask them live, I also stream on Twitch 4 days a week, so feel free to pop in there. We'd love to get to know you, and we'd love to answer your questions live, so hopefully see you there. See you guys in the next one. Stay safe, and bye-bye.